Welcome to the 8-Bit Show. I'm Hekla Petursson, and this is the Love Island Special, Part 2. You don't have to watch them in any particular order, but in Part 1 I interviewed Gracyn Blackmore from Season 7 while she visited Virginia Tech to surprise her sorority sisters and tell us all about her favorite spots in Virginia. Today, in part 2, the final part, I'm so excited to share my interview with not only Gracyn, but also Vanna and Austin, all three from Season 7, where they gave me the inside scoop on what happened before, during, and after their time in the villa, told me their songs of the summer, and had a heartwarming chat about the cyberbullying they faced after the season ended. Joining me was Love Island connoisseur Ella Hardy, and though there was some lag and some interruptions due to the Zoom, we tried to cut out as little as possible so that you can get all of the juicy deets. Check it out.
Yeah, baby, we're in Virginia Tech.
Virginia with it. Let's go. We're here with This Is College and Project Weekend, and we're gonna have a fun time in the bar. I'm here to see my Hokies. I'm excited. Let's go.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Yeah, excited to be on the show.
Yeah, and welcome to Virginia. As we talked about earlier, Gracyn is from Virginia. Have Vanna or Austin, have either of you been here?
No, I've never been here, but my middle name is Virginia, so I'm like, I feel like there's a time to go. It's right now.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Vanna,
it.
Virginia, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used to go to military school here back in the day in Chatham. So it's been a while. I think I was like 13 or 14 the last time. So it's been a little bit, but yeah.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
We pestered Gracyn earlier with a lot of Virginia questions.
No, never.
For you all, I would love to start with like super general pop culture theme question. Because you all have been traveling so much and perhaps with your earbuds in, do you have a song of the summer?
Oh my gosh, I feel like the song of the summer is No Broke Boys, Disco.
I love that song.
I feel like that's what's kind of like blown up.
Yeah,
Gosh,
that's so true.
I don't have a song of the summer. I've just been stuck on a lot of Tory Lanez, honestly. I don't have like a single song that sticks out.
I feel like there's a lot of songs that came out while we were like in the villa. So then when we came out, there was like we had to go through a lot.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Do you have any?
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Rock That Body. That's been that resurfaced on TikTok, and I love that song.
Yeah, that song presents a great vibe.
Right? Doesn't it?
Okay, so on to business. I have to start asking about the show. What I'm most interested in is, do you think that the way you are all portrayed on screen matches who you really are or who you wanted to present yourself as?
When it comes to like how we're portrayed on the show versus who we actually are, I don't think that like when you're on TV, I don't think it will ever be able to like fully encompass who you are as a person. It just shows little snippets of you and certain reactions and conversations with certain people, but it doesn't show you like your character and who you are and your everyday interactions. So obviously, I don't think that it portrayed me as like who I really am as a person, but like I'm happy with the show, and I'm happy with the way that I presented myself on the show. So, but yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I honestly feel like I was just such a blip. I basically walked in, changed my outfit a couple of times, walked out. So it's like I couldn't really get that bad of an edit.
Great
So like mine, like, you know what? Sure, mine is fine. Mine is fine. They didn't get to see, obviously, like if you pop a joke or something, they're not gonna put that in there because like I wasn't the personality hire, I think. But yeah, they painted me to be a nice girl. I might not have looked the best, but they painted me as a nice girl.
Oh my God.
How do you feel, Austin?
Yeah, I think kind of like what Gracyn said. They can't capture everything, and Vanna said too. If you have little jokes and stuff, they can't capture everything. I think all in all, like I was happy with how I was presented. So yeah, I'd say I was happy with how I was presented, and I think all in all, for the most part, I'd say like everyone's like 60%. Like the person you see on TV, like I'd say like that's like 60% of probably like what they are. Like they do a good job of like getting who you are, but like of course, there's gonna be the stuff that's left out.
What's really interesting, I think, is like when we come out of the villa and then like if we watch episodes and stuff, our personal opinions about like each other are so different from what we see on the screen too.
Yeah.
Like I'm like I think that oh my gosh, Austin is like such a funny person. I always thought that in the villa, and then coming out, he was still funny on the show, but he not even as funny as
Yeah.
like what I thought about him in the villa. And like same goes for Vanna. Like Vanna is such a sweet like hype girl, but you never really saw that like on the show. So I think there's just little things that they can't capture, but
Right.
everybody from the show is like a great person. So
They'll make sure to put in your worst moments though. If you have a low moment, that's getting clipped. That's going on the show.
Of course.
I will
You
say
crash out, that's going on.
that was something I really wanted to see more of this season. I feel like other seasons there was more room to like see people's personalities and it wasn't just centered around the drama. And I feel like this season it was just all drama. And I kept telling my mom, I'm like, I want to see more jokes. I want to see them like, interacting with each other more. And I feel like we just didn't get to see a whole lot of that from, not even from you guys personally, but just the way it was portrayed. Like I wanted to see personalities more.
Yeah. And I think it helps that you all have social medias where you can show off who you are. Like I know specifically a lot of contestants' TikToks are so funny and full of personality. But yeah, I think it totally works.
Yeah, so my next thing that I was going to bring up, so Gracyn and Vanna, obviously you guys came in from Casa Amor. Austin, you were there from the beginning, so you were there from the get-go and you didn't really get to see anything on the outside because you were already there. But Gracyn and Vanna, when you were going into Casa Amor, were you ever given any like opportunity to see the episodes? Did you know who was coupled up with who when going into the villa?
I didn't have my phone. I didn't have electronics, so I couldn't see like what the internet was saying, but they did show us the episode every day.
Okay.
So I got to kind of form my own opinions about like each episode without the influence of the internet, which is actually really interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, we knew who was coupled up with who. We just didn't watch, at least for the people who were already in the hotel. I know Vanna got to Fiji like the day before she went in. But for me, I didn't see like one or two episodes before I was put into the villa. So
Okay.
I didn't know Jeremiah and Hannah had left yet, but when we got there. But other than that, we got to see like the majority of what was going on.
How crazy was it to come in such a short turnaround?
It was terrible. It was literally terrible. But the funniest part though was I'll always make a joke that I've manifested my entire life because literally I'd like my bags packed for Fiji and then I went on an LA trip and I was like, you know what, I don't think I'm gonna get the call, but I'm just gonna pack like just in case, And then I went on my trip to LA and I came home and I was actually like, hey, this is probably when I should start putting stuff away. Like you're kidding yourself at this point, And then I got the call and they're like, can you come tomorrow? And I was like, or no, they said, can you come tonight? And I was like, no shot, I could come tonight. And they're like, okay, we can give you like tomorrow at latest. And I made it work. But then once I landed, it was like, I did all my introduction shots right when I landed. Like I got ready on the bus on the way to the introduction shots, which I'm a high maintenance girl. This is really, really hard for me. Like even when I'm sitting down in a mirror, I literally need time to get ready, So that for me, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is a lot. And then I took like a 2-hour power nap and we walked our butts into Casa Amor.
That's craziness though.
It was
so the next thing
insane.
I was going to ask, so I feel like all of you were very honest with all of your connections throughout your entire experience in the show. You guys always were very honest if your feelings had changed, if you wanted to move on with somebody else. So your mindset when you got the call that you're going into Love Island or even when applying, what was your mindset going into the villa knowing that you would have to get to know multiple people at one time, but also, try to go about it the right way?
Ooh, I think it's hard. It's so because when you're on the outside dating people, like you can date multiple people and you're not dating them in their face. You know what I mean? So that was like one of the hardest things. That was like it was super difficult for me because it just felt so awkward and weird. You got three people making the same girl breakfast and stuff. Like it's like it just feels weird and but. Yeah, no, I mean, definitely going in, I went in like really ready to find someone, and I haven't been in a relationship in like 2 years or something, like around that 2 years, and I think it just made me like throughout my time there and going through, I was like, okay, like I don't necessarily know if I'm 100% ready for a relationship at this moment. And,
This guy.
yeah. So made me realize, there's still some work I need to put in on other things. But yeah, all in all, like the experience was so great. Like it was cool. Like coming out with all these people, like all of us are like pretty much like the friend group that you see us out with, like all those people, like I'm really close with all those people. Like all of us are really close. Grace and Van, like I love both of them to death, and it's cool to have like that you kind of all went through this together, and you're on the outside all together, and yeah, so may have not found love, but I did find some great friends. So
No, it's corny to say, but like I agree. Like really, the best relationships you leave with are your friendships.
Yeah.
That's definitely true. I wish they would have showed more like of our, like you were saying earlier, I wish they would have showed more of our friendships on the show, because that was like the biggest takeaway from it. But like for me, coming into the villa, like knowing I was going to have to date multiple people, I was kind of mentally preparing myself for that. I was like, I can, because I'm just like, I'm a very like loyal girl, I feel like. So it's very hard for me to like focus on multiple people at a time. And I thought that I told myself like I can do it. I can date multiple people at a time. Like I can get to know people. And it proved like I think when you're in there, it does prove a little bit harder. Because you are doing it in each other's faces. So it was difficult for me. And like once I kind of found a connection, I started trying to focus on that. And I feel like if I were to do it again, then I would really, really try to like put effort into multiple different people. And I feel like I still did try to get to know other people in the villa, but yeah, it's just something that you're really like, you're choosing to be vulnerable by going on the show. So it's just something you kind of have to get over.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So
I
then,
feel like I had no planning. I was just like, show up, let's go. Like ready. I really was not even thinking about like, oh, I'm dating all these people at once. It was just like my questions were, what outfits am I gonna wear? Not like what's it gonna be like dating all these people at once.
Which I honestly wonder, like, how far in advance were you guys even packing for? Because the reality is, you could be in there for a month or you could be in there for 48 hours. So when you're packing,
Yeah.
how are you even?
From how much I packed, I could have moved to Fiji. Honestly, I packed so much stuff. I probably packed enough for me and Grayson.
Wow.
Yeah, they gave me like
you
a
pack
12-hour.
time.
Yeah, they gave me like a 12-hour notice, and I was the opposite of Vanna. Like she said, she was manifesting and packing like just in case. I was the opposite. I was like, I'm not gonna. There's no way. Like I just
Yeah.
don't see this happening. And so I had no tan, no hair, no wax, no nails, nothing. I didn't even own suitcases. I had a carry-on. That's it. And then they called me at like 6 p.m. one random day and said the car's picking you up tomorrow at 10 a.m. to take you to the airport. So I just had to throw everything I already owned into a bag and go. And I felt TJ Maxx was the only thing that was open, so I went and bought 2 suitcases. So yeah, I was like the opposite in that sense. No notice, but don't worry, they gave me 2 weeks to be by myself, like confined in a room to really, really think about
hold
it.
up at a hotel room. No, I packed a bunch. I packed like I just moved down to Florida like a couple months before, so I still hadn't moved all my stuff down from Michigan. And so I pretty much just packed up all my clothes that I had in Florida and just took all those.
when you all got the call, who was the first person you told?
Mine was my mom because she was sitting right next to me in bed, and I looked at her like, "Oh no," because we both knew that like I was not ready. I had just gone back from LA, so I was like so dead tired. I'd gotten no sleep the past like 4 days, and I was just like, "Wow!" Like I really knew that I was in for it as soon as I got that.
I called my older sister. I called her and told her, and I was like, how do I tell mom and dad? Like, they didn't even know I had applied for the show. So I was like, I have to tell mom and dad that I'm leaving to go to an international country in 10 hours with strangers for a dating show where I'm going to kiss on TV. And and they're like, they're Virginia, Tennessee people. I'm like, Caroline, how do I do this? Like, how do I call them? And so we kind of like talked through it. And then, yeah, so I called my sister, and then I called my parents, and then I called work and said, I'm not coming to work tomorrow. So, in that order.
I called my mom. I told my mom. My mom was the first person I told as well. I thought it was because they hit hit me up, so I thought it was a scam at first, and then they were like, "You want to FaceTime?" And I was like, "Well, what scam's gonna FaceTime you?" So I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll FaceTime." And then yeah, and then I was like, "Oh shit, I guess it's real." And then like my mom was just at first, she was like, "Well, just make sure it's real. Just make sure it's it's legit."
That's
And yeah, and then yeah, she was more stoked than I. We didn't even know what it was beforehand. Like I heard about it. She didn't know what it was completely. And yeah, after I told her, she quickly binged all of season 6 and was telling me of how to go about. This is what you need to do. Like, okay, thank you, thank you. I'll
That's
keep
why I'm
that in
kind of glad
mind.
that my parents didn't have a notice, so they didn't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, man, yeah, it was crazy.
Oh no, my mom was like, "Can you do this? Like, are you gonna be able to do this?" I'm like, "Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out."
Yeah, yeah.
So one thing that I think caused the most commotion about this season specifically was after the season ended, there was a like flurry of love and hate toward the people who were in the show. And I feel like it was like more than the internet had experienced previously. So how did you guys deal with when you did get your phones back and you could see what was going on?
Honestly, getting my phone back was probably like the worst day of my life, really. But like for some reason I was on there for like one episode and I got so much hate, and it was really really harsh too because it wasn't just coming from like a group, like one certain group of people. Like it would be from nurse practitioners to like people that like to brands to like from like people that own apps to
Yeah.
like children. And it's just like it's so much because I thought I was going in there scared, like, oh, I hope that they're not gonna hate on me for saying, like, if I hope I don't say something wrong. And I didn't get to even say anything wrong. They just hated what I looked like, and that's all it came down to,
Yeah,
you know.
that's great.
But I know
Yeah. Was your
every girl's,
family
honestly,
still
every
on
girl's nightmare, every girl's nightmare.
Yeah.
And my sister's completely off the grid because she hates social media, and she got so much hate too, like onto like her little TikTok account. All my friends had to go private on all their social media accounts because they were like getting hated on too. All of my family members, from siblings to cousins to aunts and uncles, had to go private. It was just insane. It was insane. Somehow I became one of the season's most hated. I'm like, why? No, why? But it really is insane, like
Yeah.
what like one TikTok video can snowball into, and like how everybody can get on the bandwagon of being okay with cyberbullying. Honestly, I think we've completely normalized and been like desensitized to cyberbullying, and you'll even like report a video that is really really bad, like of somebody else, and then they'll be like, oh, like there's nothing wrong with this, like we're gonna keep it up. And it's like, I don't understand how this is like legal. Because
Yeah.
even walking into the reunion, I wanted to talk about, like, there has been 3 past cast members from like the Love Island franchise that actually have killed themselves over cyberbullying.
Yeah.
And they obviously didn't want to talk about that at the reunion. They want to talk about like relationships and stuff.
Of course.
But it really is a really serious issue, and like your one comment that you think is hilarious can ruin somebody's day, can ruin their week, and it does stick with us.
Yeah.
Like I don't care how strong you are, because I went in there thinking I've got like a heart of steel. Like you can't say one thing, nothing can get to me. Like let's go, I'm ready.
I think
And
You can direct
I
it
was
at me.
not.
I love the hate comments. I'm gonna be honest.
I was not.
They better all. You just direct them to my page.
No, because you don't
the more-
deserve it either. You don't
But
deserve
Nobody
it
the
either.
deserves
more,
it.
but the more
Even if you
like,
can handle it, people need to just.
well, I see. The thing is I used to be an online troll, so it's like it's only right if it comes back to me, because sometimes there'll be some creative ones that I'm like, man, like that's an actual.
No, Austin,
Like
you
I
Good
know,
would
one.
have that.
but you
Well,
do not
that's a
condone
good
that,
one.
Austin.
But like I get what you mean. It is fucked up because I know, like, because even like my mom, I don't give a I don't care about sorry. I don't care about hate comments and stuff like that, just because, like, at the end of the day, like, even like Vanna, like, I know you, we know you, like, as long as your people know that you're a good person, and they know your values and they know your morals at the end of the day, and then like who cares what anyone else thinks? It's still annoying and it sucks. Like 100% agree, and it's like it can, because there's times like 100% where you can like read into too much, or like you'll think about it like 10 hours later, like. But like I felt with my mom, like my mom had a really tough time with it. Like she like even like my mom and dad, they still want to go on Facebook and stuff and like go at people, and I'm like, dude, like just pay it no mind.
Oh,
Like
if I get a hate comment, my mom is the first one to reply, and I'm like, Mother, it is okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, leave it
Yeah.
where it is. Leave it where
Yeah,
it is.
my mom's having full on like DM conversations with people. I'm like, stop it. I'm like, mom, it's like I don't mind that much. So like, just like let it go. It's like it is what it is. Because no matter what you do, like even if you're doing everything right, there's still gonna be people that are gonna say
Yes.
stuff that are gonna
Yes.
they naturally just always trying to get a rise out of you.
Yeah.
So just do you at the end of the day and stay true to yourself. And if you know you're staying true to you, then that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this was like such an intense learning curve for a lot of people that was obviously came up when social media first started, and it was really sad to see that it was worse now.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But it
I
seems
think
like
we're the first season to have a anti-cyberbullying PSA at the end of episodes. So
that's
that's
I was
insane.
so glad that they did that, but I think
I was too. I was super glad, but then they had Amy Schumer on After Sun, and she was like bashing us too. And I'm like, this is another cyberbully. I
What?
don't.
Amy
Yeah, Amy
Schumer was
Schumer.
bashing?
Amy Schumer. I was like, what is going on? Like, actually, what do we have going on here?
Wow. I just didn't think it could get worse from last season. Like I thought the season 6 was crazy with the cyberbullying, and then this stuff came.
Right.
All right, I think we're losing the plot. Like
I'm worried about next season. Yeah, whoever's on next season, I'm like, dude, put your seatbelt on.
Yeah.
Like, buckle up. It's about to get tough.
I mean, I think like part of the fan base is fueled by hate, which is so unfortunate. Like, and when people comment stuff, they think that their voice isn't being heard. Like they're just throwing out a comment and they're just sharing their opinion because
So then they're like, I'm gonna make a video. But you know what? I'm gonna make a video.
They don't think,
not a comment.
They think there's no way Austin's gonna see that. There's no way Gracyn will see that. There's no way Vanna will see that. Like we do see it. Like we get the notification, we open it, we see it, and it affects like mental health. It affects the way that we like, want to be vulnerable. Like our job is to be vulnerable. It's to share like ourselves, and people are gonna make mistakes. People are gonna be human. So it's been, I feel like it's really tough to just kind of ignore the haters, especially coming from somebody who didn't do social media before the show. I didn't have TikTok. I had like 80 followers on TikTok, I think, and just like 5,000 followers on Instagram or whatever. I just showed my life. So it's kind of been a really interesting like learning curve for me trying to navigate like hate. But the one thing that's great is that hopefully a lot of the time hate is balanced out with love. There's so many people out there that do support us and love us and like think we're amazing individuals. So you kind of you have to focus on that and just pay the haters no mind, because if they're not paying your bills, you got to pay them no mind.
So Loki, though, the haters are paying our bills. The views that they bring in, those are the ones that are paying for our rent. Honestly,
true.
They really are. That's why it's like almost you being controversial to like some people. It like brings you. I hate the line "all publicity is good publicity" because it doesn't feel that way when you're going through it.
No,
It's really not. It does not feel
haters
good.
can keep the rent money. I don't want them.
But like, it is insane. Like how quiet. How I would say the ones that are loving you are a little bit more quiet than the ones that hate you. They're like the ones that are a little bit more willing to drop a comment and a follow so they can comment on your next video.
yeah. No, that is wise.
Gosh.
Yeah. So you kind of mentioned this, moving forward to the reunion. Ahead of the reunion, did you have like expectations, or is there anything that you were really surprised by that was brought up during the reunion or wasn't brought up? Yeah, I see what you're saying.
No, sorry. I'm so sorry.
This is what I wanted to see more of. You guys.
Honestly, like when it comes to the reunion, first of all, I don't know if you read this online, but we filmed for 14 hours straight. And everybody was speaking. There was someone speaking at all times during like that 14 hours.
So
Everybody
long, dude.
was, it was the longest day ever. Everybody was Everyone was exhausted.
Oh, there's a clip of Zach and me falling asleep
Yeah.
together, like half, toward the end, and I'm literally closing my eyes. Like, I can't hold my eyes open anymore. We were there for way too long.
I think everybody was just talking and just like spewing everything. There's genuinely not something that I could tell you that like stuck out to me because we were all so, and that's like the most boring answer ever. I know, I wish I could like give you some hot tea or whatever, but it was just, everybody was just throwing stuff off their chest, and
That's true.
I think it's a lot of it is closed though. Like I think it's closed
I honestly
chapter.
think all the drama happened after the reunion. All of a sudden, all the couples are falling apart after the reunion.
Yeah, I think it was
probably
way
should have
too
waited a little bit
soon.
to
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah, it was
group
way
up
too
everybody.
soon to have a reunion. Who has a reunion 3 weeks after a freaking show ends? You know what I mean? Like, that's insane. Like, because then a week later, everyone's broken up.
There might need to be a reunion part 2, honestly, where everyone can talk about like everything that's happened since the reunion.
That's why like Islanders are going on and doing their own like tell-alls and stuff because they feel like there's more to share like from their.
Listen, weren't you gonna do a tell-all?
Yeah, but I decided against it for people's sakes.
That's a good idea.
I just find it funny because the people that are doing the tell-alls are actually the people that got the most camera time. So I'm kind of like, how much more do you have to say?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know. We know.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay. So my last question for you all is if you have any projects coming up or anything that people can look forward to catching online or in your lives.
I'm starting my YouTube and my comedy career.
Yay.
Chef TV3, follow the YouTube, subscribe. But yeah, I want to get into start doing like comedy sketches, skits, and I'm doing an anime. My 2 close buddies from boarding school and I were doing an animated series on our boarding school.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
That's
working
so
on that
exciting.
right now.
No, Austin, I will say you have the most random lore of anybody I've ever met. Ever. your 2 truths and a lie's gotta be insane.
I know, it is. It's kind of nuts.
Honestly.
It is.
Yeah. Do you have anything else like coming up? I know you have tonight you're going to be doing a meet and greet at Virginia Tech. Is this like a tour for you guys, or once this one's over, you guys get to head home?
Austin's been going all over the country.
Yeah.
And I'm headed to Dallas tomorrow to SMU. So I'm excited for that. But I'm really excited to have them both here in Blacksburg because, like you guys know, I graduated from here. So I kind of feel like I'm like hosting them in a weird way.
Yeah.
So I just can't wait to like show them a good time here in Blacksburg. This is like one of the most amazing schools in the country. It's beautiful here. The people are amazing. It's such a safe town. Like, so I'm excited to just have fun with them tonight.
I'm so excited.
I love it. Okay, well, you guys have to enjoy Blacksburg. Thank you so much for joining us on the 8-Bit Show. It was lovely.
Oh, thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back. That was an interview with Gracyn, Vanna, and Austin, all from season 7 of Love Island. Go show them some love on social media. And special thanks to This Is College, Project Weekend, The Berg in Blacksburg, and Twisted Media, all for making this segment happen. We appreciate it. Don't forget to watch part 1 of the 8-Bit Show Love Island special on WIC Now. I'll see you there.